Natasha Q from Intolign, and welcome to another heartfelt chat. Today we're going to talk about something that's, it sounds a little bit heavy, but it's all about why sometimes we want to hurt others. Yeah, it's a very special topic, I have to say, that I chose. Why we feel like we want to hurt others. It sounds weird, but I feel like everyone from time to time we feel that way. So let's break it down. So for me, I get this from time to time. I usually get it with anger when like someone doesn't do what I want them to, and then I get like super angry, and then I just like want to hurt them. I want them to like suffer. I want to get back at them. That's the word. I want to get back at them. I want to like hurt them. It's so bad, but that's kind of what happens. So I wanted to describe to you that process, but usually it's because like they're not doing what I want them to. And so like, why do we do that? It's so not nice, so not necessary. So why do we have these feelings that we want to get back on someone and that we want to hurt them? Because I know for me it happens so quickly that it's like, why did I think that? Why did I want to do that? And this, of course, it's more like emotionally hurting, not physically hurting, that I'm thinking about. And it does touch on revenge and wanting to get back at the other person. So why do we feel this way? And if you're someone who like knows this feeling, then I know that I'm with you and I can relate to this. So of course there's definitely like a shadow side to myself that it's kind of like hard to take a look at, because it is so uncomfortable and it's so different than a compassionate, kind, loving person who I have kind of identified myself with, who I think I am. But if this shows up from time to time, what does it mean, right? So when I take a look at, okay, those moments when I want to hurt someone else, if I really take a good look at it, then I have to say that in those moments, I felt hurt. That's a given. And you can take a moment to reflect in your own life in those moments where you wanted to revenge or you wanted to hurt someone back. Well, you probably felt pain in that moment. And I don't ever remember wanting to do that to someone else unless I was in a bad place. And this is what I want to get at today. No matter if we're the perpetrator or if you're the one receiving, the emotional backlash and like meanness, I genuinely feel that it's impossible to hurt someone else. And I mean kind of like an intentional way, like, oh, I want to do this. It's impossible to hurt others unless you feel that hurt within you. At least for myself, I know it's completely true. It's really hard for me to even like think about hurting someone else because there's just no intention to. But when I feel hurt and that vibration is there, that feeling is there, it's as if I'm trying to get rid of it by lashing out, by acting it out, and by hurting someone else. And this is a little bit crazy, like especially how blatantly I'm saying it and laying it out here for you guys. It's kind of crazy because that goes to show on a level like my inability to deal with the pain and to deal with the hurt. Because imagine like if I processed the pain properly, if I truly felt the hurt and the pain and I digested it, then I wouldn't need to like regurgitate it and force that upon someone else. So I think it all has to do with our ability to digest emotions and what's going through us, and to internalize what's happening instead of trying to project it out into the world again. And another point I want to make that I'm starting to realize, when I'm in that revengeful place, when I'm wanting to hurt others, there's also that blame. It's not like I want to hurt everyone on the street, everyone in my life. It's like I want to hurt that specific person. And I think that's only happening because on some level and blaming them. I think they did something to me. I think they caused harm. I think that they shouldn't have done that, but they hurt me. And that's so significant. When we feel like someone else is completely responsible for how we feel, and then in turn we want to hurt them back, that's so sick. That's so crazy. And to blame one person for how we feel, I think that's just not right. We have so much more going on within ourselves than just that one person. And if we're able to digest it, and I mean to meet these emotions on a level that we can actually deal with it, accept it, process it, then we're still good. We're still the same people, if not stronger than before. And I have to say that growing up, I really took a lot of lashing out, emotional burden, a lot of emotional bursts. and I did feel hurt. I did feel hurt by that. And sometimes we can absorb the energy of other people. But I felt like what I was feeling when I felt hurt was actually that person's pain, that person's regret, that person's sadness. It's like hurt, it's like sadness. So I have learned now that, when someone is out there to hurt someone else, I'm able to put my foot down and say, not me, not now, and you cannot do that. It's not nice and you can't do that. So I've grown up enough to be able to put my foot down. And I think in the last video about growing up emotionally into an adult, that's huge. So being able to draw the boundary and speak up my mind and say that's not okay. But then if someone's trying to hurt me and I can see that, just beyond their behavior and the tactics and what they're doing, I can feel their pain. And hurt all has to do with pain to begin with. And so then I also have compassion. Whether I agree with what they're doing or not, whether I think what they're doing is okay or not, if someone's trying to inflict pain on someone else, trying to hurt someone else, there's pain within them. There's pain within them. So now I have a lot more compassion towards people who have this bitterness and who are blaming other people and who are acting in this way, because I know that deep down there must be so much hurt, there must be so much pain, and what they're expressing is just a tiny layer of it. And for me personally, whenever I wanted to get back at someone else, there was hurt within me too. There was hurt within me that didn't want to face, and there was hurt within me that definitely I was taking someone else's action, what they were doing, what they were saying personally. So sometimes the ego is also involved when it comes to like being angry and flared up enough to want to hurt someone else. But I feel like at the end of the day, if we can access this revengeful place and this hurt place, we are definitely hurting inside. So even though we're talking about, this video is talking about why do we want to hurt others, at the end of the day, what matters most is that we really take care of ourselves. And I don't mean physically, and I don't mean, financially, and all those kind of ways that you're expected to in society, but I mean emotionally. Like, can we really face the past hurts within ourselves? Can we digest and meet those situations in our past that we couldn't get over? And can we see ourselves way beyond just emotions? Because that's not who we are. We're not our anger, we're not our pain, we're not our hurt. But if we want to stop hurting others, we first have to look at what has been hurt within ourselves. What are we taking personally? Why does it still matter? Where does the ego flare up? And how can we address that in a adult, emotionally grown kind of way? So that's my take on this video. And I think the world has so much pain, and the world has so many instances of just people hurting one another, and I think it first starts within us, how we've been hurt, and we gotta resolve that. We gotta meet that, we gotta resolve that, we gotta digest that, because otherwise it is easy to go to that revengeful place and want to hurt other people and then to start blaming the world. I know what that's like and I know how that feels, but we gotta start within. If we want to stop hurting others and we want others to stop hurting us, then it's time to meet our fear, our hurt, our pain within us first. So thanks for joining me in this video. I know that was a bit deep, but why not, right? Make sure to subscribe and comment down below how you've, felt hurt, what hurt means to you, and how are you on your way to face that in a healthy way. So see you and talk to you below.